So, bro, here's the crazy thing for all the young men in today's generation. Here's the thing. Dating absolutely sucks, for one. For one. And, like, young men can go out and get girls. They can go out and party and hook up and all this stuff and things of that nature. But when you think of it, bro, if all young men are struggling with their dating lives, what do you think's happening with the women? The women are sleeping around. Men are sleeping around. Women complain because men are sleeping around, but they're sleeping around. They don't want the guys that they should be getting. Those guys want them, but they don't want those guys. Why? Because they're too young. And there comes that time where women start to complain about what they've chosen to do because most young guys want their girl. When I was young, I just wanted one girl. I didn't care about partying, bro, whenever I turned the age of like 19 plus. Maybe a bit when you're in high school, you're gonna experience that a little bit, but after that, and even then, bro, I had a girl. So that's the thing. Most men don't want to party and sleep around. Women are doing it and forcing them to do it. So men do it, and men start to realize that's their only resort, and then women start to complain when men start to play the game, the same very game that they're playing themselves. So this is why I'm making this video, because most young men should avoid dating. If you're young, if you're in between the ages of 19 to 23, 24, most of y'all shouldn't be dating unless you're a professional athlete or something like that, because then you're going to lock down some girl probably quite young. But other than that, probably not. The chances are slim to none. There's even guys right now that's 20, 21 in university, and they're dating some girl because they're both in the same university. But what do y'all think is going to happen when university's over? So that whole time was a waste? Someone's going to get screwed. So as a young man, it is not in y'all's best interest to date. If I could go back in time, I probably wouldn't have done it. At least there would have been a situation or two that I would have erased and not done it. Because shit don't work out. Women don't want men who don't have their life fully built. And that's the thing. And if women don't have the guy they want, they resort to many men at once. They resort to sleeping around. They resort to being promiscuous. They resort to those things. And they can't understand why they can't get the man they want. But y'all disqualify yourselves for staying single for such a long time and having many experiences with many different men. Y'all literally disqualify yourself and don't even recognize it until it's too late. Then you recognize it. And then you look back at your past and be like, damn, I shouldn't have done this. I shouldn't have done that. I should have went this way and I should have done that, but it's too late. So yeah, in my opinion, and from the things that I've seen, not only for myself, but over the years for guys that continue to turn 19, 20, 21, 22, see what they go through, hear their stories, even people where I come from, seeing what they have to go through and how things don't work out. The exact same way it happened to me. This is the generation we're in, fellas. You want to build yourself, you want to build your life, you want to become self-sufficient, you want to be successful, you want to have everything going, and then you're going to have a lot of women who throw themselves your way, and guess what? You get to pick, and guess what? It's only going to be one, and guess what? You're going to make a lot of females mad when you don't want them, but guess what? They did the exact same thing to so many other men. They just hate it when stuff don't go their way. I'm breaking this down bit for bit. This is how this shit goes, bud. This is how this shit goes. It's no other way about it. These are the facts. Women hate, absolutely hate, when things don't go their way. They don't like it. because they want to run on their agenda. They want to run on their schedule. They're so in their world, God forbid something doesn't go their way. Y'all's going to see it time and time again. And time again from many of them, bro. From many of them. This is the current world we live in. Women don't want to work with men no more. They don't want to choose a good man when they're young and come up with him. They don't want to do it. Because they feel it's not worth it at the time. They think they can do better. Time goes on, they don't do better. They probably get screwed over by somebody. Or they just keep going through these situations where nothing's good enough, nobody's good enough, all until they ain't good enough. But God forbid that I say that. It's okay to criticize men and when they're not good enough, but it's not good. It's not okay to criticize women and when they're not good enough. We all have choices. We all have decisions we make. Life comes down to decision making at the end of the day. So you got to choose correctly. You got to choose wisely. Otherwise, it's gonna be a fucked up night. It's gonna be a fucked up. It's gonna be a fucked up life, not night. But yeah, man, this is why I genuinely believe and feel and think wholeheartedly. This is strong feeling within myself that nearly all men should stay single unless you're that lucky young fella that probably had rich parents, that probably was able to put you in crazy sports and you're a professional athlete. You can make it happen then. But the odds of that, percentage-wise in the world, is not high, so why would we even deal with those tier of men when clearly they're going to have their way like this? Clearly. But for everyone else, even people who have potential, even successful entrepreneurs, the chances of becoming a successful entrepreneur at 19, 20, 21 is not high. There's a few guys that have done it, and they have probably had rich parents as well, or they just got completely lucky and something happened. But those percentage of people are so small. For everybody else, it's going to take time. So don't use your time to date women when it's going to fail anyways. But take the time to build yourself and build your life, because you will put yourself in that situation where things work out because you worked extremely hard for many, many years. You dedicated yourself, you stuck to the grind, and through thick and thin, you made it happen. So I believe young men today, I'm not saying men completely, but even if you're an older man and you don't have your shit together, I say avoid dating as well. Most men in the world should probably avoid dating for a while until y'all get your shit together. Like together. Like have some power and leverage. Have many women who want you already. Have many women coming your way, because if you don't, and there's just like one option there, oh my God, and then you go for it, chances are it's not going to happen. What you're going to come to realize is, as a man, when you build yourself to a certain point, you have many women coming after you all at once. And it's up to you to pick one. Unless you want to stay single still, but it's up to you to pick one. All the rest are going to be sad. All the rest are going to be discouraged. But this is your life. It's nobody else's life. You have worked yourself to that point. This is what will happen. Mark my words. This is what will happen. As a man, when you work yourself to that point, you're going to reject many women. Many women's going to come all at once. That's what it feels like, bro. Like, you hit that certain point, and they all come at once. All at once. Throwing themselves at you. And that's not normal. For a man to be in that position, it's not an everyday occurrence and an everyday thing that you see. It's not normal. Especially the quality of women that will be throwing themselves at you. It's not just any woman, because just any woman was probably already doing that, but the women you want, there's going to be a flock of them throwing themselves at you when you reach a certain point. You're going to pick one. You're going to love that one. Y'all's going to grow together. Y'all's going to do it the right way. And you can flip off the rest of the world because F the world, as you guys know, the world, bro. People love to just do what they love to do, and so should you. You should love what you love to do. That's what you should do. What you love to do. What's best for yourself. 100 times over, 100 times over, 100 times over. And if you guys think that you shouldn't be that way, everybody else is that way, bro. Some people's just better at hiding it. Some people's good at hiding at not being that way, but they're that way. Everyone at the end of the day is going to do what's best for themselves. It's not a wrong thing. You guys just have to understand that nice people truly do finish last, and you shouldn't be that way. Like, actually do what's best for yourself. Do what's in your best interest to do. Every day of the week. Say no if you want to say no. Say yes if you want to say yes. You have a choice. You have a decision. If you want to reject her, if you want to reject that guy, if you're a girl, do it. Do whatever you want to do. Whatever the Lord calls you to do. Whatever he tells you to do. Do that. And don't feel sorry, because everyone will do it to you, bro. Everybody will do it to you. She will do it to you. Your mate will do it to you. You never know. People do what they're going to do at the end of the day, and that's why all y'all should do the exact same thing. Be ruthless. I've been ruthless for a while. I do what I want to do. I'll do it. I'll not do it. Life goes on. Hate it, love it, it don't matter at the end of the day. I made people mad because I simply wouldn't do certain things they wanted me to do. People just want to implement their little thing onto your life. People want to come around when they want to come around. People want to implement what they want to implement onto your life. That's what people be doing nowadays, bruh. You might not hear from a friend from a year, and all of a sudden you hear from a friend. They're doing that for a purpose. They're doing that for a reason. Because people do what they're going to do. Because they really don't care at the end of the day. But yeah, man, like, when you're a young man as well, you guys have to understand, women are going to do what they're going to do regardless. Regardless. They're going to do what they're going to do. They don't care if they become the biggest 304s of all time. If they want to do it, bro, they're going to do it, and you can't stop them. And of course, it damages them, but you can't stop them from doing what they want to do. So there's no point in trying to stop them. There's no point in trying to stop anybody. Let people do what they're going to do, and you do the exact same thing. If you're with someone and you start to see things are off, things ain't going well, and all this stuff, well, you have to adjust. You have to adjust to any situation you're in. I don't care what situation you're in, you have to adjust. People come, people go, things are good, things are bad. And as a man or a woman, you have to adjust to these situations. And young men today, bro, every young man today is longing for that woman that he wants in his life. Rarely any can do it. Rarely any can get them. And there's some decent fellas out there, bro, and they ain't no slouches. Their potential is so high, and they're doing the work, which means they're most likely going to reach their potential. They are getting turned down by women because it's just not good enough right now. It's just not good enough right now. They're just going to leave them there in the back burner while they snoop around and do their little stuff and da-da-da-da-da, see what else is out there, end up sleeping with this guy on the night because her emotions led her to do so, and da-da-da-da-da. That's a mistake. Those are mistakes that are made in modern society all the time. All the time. All the time. Women disqualify themselves from certain men in a flick. And they don't even know it. Until a year goes by, 2 years, maybe 3, they try to get that guy. But that guy knows what's up. He turns her down. That guy was me before. You turn her down. Why? Because you know things. You know what she's been up to. You know what she's done. How could you possibly call her your girl anymore? You can't. Because what happened, happened. There's a thing called crossing the line. You don't cross the line. You don't act like you're going to use something and never see it again, but then you see it again. And then you act like you want it, but you were doing things as if you're going to betray that thing that was in front of you, which women do. Some women think, bro, that they're never going to see you again. Some women in the moment with their emotions, they think they're going to act a certain way towards you and betray you in such dirty ways because they're not going to deal with you no more. But all of a sudden, a year, 2, maybe 3 passes by, she just clues in a little bit. Oh my God, I remember what it was like with that guy in the past. Like, I just did so many things and there's nothing like him. Maybe I should go back. She comes back and what does she do? She gets rejected. Why? Because that guy was a stud. Everyone else just wasn't like that. Just it wasn't that way. She overlooked you, bro. She overlooked you, and guess what? Now she has to take that L for the rest of her life. These are common mistakes in modern society. And like I said, man, all young men are longing for that certain female that they know they're compatible with at a fairly young age. And if y'all ain't getting that, stay single. If y'all ain't getting that, avoid dating for a little bit. Keep building yourself up. Leave no stones unturned. And then date a younger female. Because if you get up there in age, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33-ish, or whatever, even older, a little bit older, build yourself up over the years. Go for a younger female. Because that's just how the world works. Women want to make their mistakes all the way until they get old and then hope and wish and pray they can get a guy around their same age, maybe a little bit older. But it's not how it works. It's just simply not. And if she did get a guy around her same age or a little bit older, I guarantee you she's way better than that guy. I bet you that guy ain't that good. Because she's never going to get the guy that built himself up when she destroyed herself. She ain't never going to get that guy, bro. She ain't never going to get that guy. The last thing that guy's going to want is her. Why? We should have been together a long time ago. We should have been together when we were both about 20 years old, but it didn't happen. So what's going to happen? The 25, 26, 27, 29, 30-year-old or whatever, around those ages, a little bit older, is going to go after the women who's about 20, 21, 22, 23, 24-ish, in between there, somewhere in between there. Because it's just what makes sense. It doesn't make sense to date the girl when 10 years went by, when y'all should have been together, when y'all's was 20, but she wanted to mess around. That's not attractive in the eyes of a man. Not at all. And all those women are the same, bro. Every single one of those women are the same. It's not what you want. It's just not. And a lot of women hate that fact. But y'all didn't hate it when we were both 20 and you didn't want us. You didn't hate that. You were laughing about it. You were mocking us because you knew how much we wanted you, but y'all didn't want us the same amount. Y'all just played it off like it wasn't much. I can go out. Okay. Just in that mood. Y'all could laugh it off just fine. Y'all could mock us just perfectly fine. But when the roles are reversed, when we've spent all our years building ourselves up and we're now valuable men that are well-rounded and good-looking and fresh and in our primes, you're acting different now. And you're coming out of yours, it's different now. We should have been together a long time ago. That's how most young men think. And when I say young, I guess who were young and built themselves up, they all think that way, which is why they're going to go younger. And at the end of the day, this is why young men should avoid dating, and a lot are. In fact, a lot don't even have a choice. Most women today don't want most men who are young. They don't. They want to use those years to party and go crazy and everything else, and this is what's going to damage this society. It's been happening to my generation as well, to a degree. It's even worse now. But it also happened to my generation, but it's even worse now. So this is my take on why young men should avoid dating. And with that being said, that's the end of this one. Don't forget to subscribe. Holler back at your boy. God willing, God bless. We'll see y'all at the top.